Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Devin Haney, ranked number one by the WBC at 147 pounds. Now make sure to like and subscribe. Leave that donation for that fried rice and chicken wings. Look, and fans are upset. I'm going to be honest with you. You know, some fans feel like, hey, Devin Haney didn't have to put any work in to be ranked number one by the WBC at 147. Some feel after his performance against Ryan Garcia, he doesn't deserve to be ranked at the number one position. But I'll say this, right? You know, you saw what happened with Earl Spence when he went up to 154. You saw what happened with Terrence Crawford. You know, when these guys have the accomplishments that they've had, I'm not surprised, especially with the WBC, that they end up in the positions that they end up. Now, what I will tell you is this, and I ain't gonna lie, Devin Haney to me, I've said it before, and I'm gonna say it again. When he and Ryan Garcia, before they signed to fight that first time, and they were just talking about it, I said stylistically that was a horrible matchup for Devin. Ryan would beat him. I said probably knock him out in the second round. Ryan almost got him up out of there, right? But he lost. Then the Osterring crap came out, and I was like, well, that's not cool. But with Osterring or without Osterring, I just think Devin against Ryan is just stylistically horrible for Devin. I think Ryan beats him 8 out of 10 times. That's just my opinion. But I also feel, knowing Ryan was on that Osterring, that Devin got jerked in that fight. And that did affect Devin Haney. I don't care what no one says. I'm telling you that shit affected Devin Haney. It affected his confidence, affected his motivation. And now you're seeing him bubble up to 147 to take on a fighter who many people are saying Ramirez is beyond his expiration date and won't pose much of a risk. I am picking Ramirez for the upset. I am, because I think Ryan Garcia took a pound of flesh out of Devin. But coming back full circle to what we're talking about, I totally agree and support the WBC doing Devin Haney a solid and pushing him up to the number one ranked spot at 147. But you know, it's kind of quirky, right? Because Devin was, you know, the big man down there at 140. He just kind of gave up his belt. So I'm not surprised that the WBC is ranking him at number one. Nobody beat him, you know, at 140. It doesn't matter what you think. No one beat him, okay? That fight with Ryan Garcia, loss was overturned. It is what it is. So Devin, no one beat him. So he gave up his belt. He bubbled up to 147. So I'm not surprised that he's put in the number one position. If he gets past Ramirez, then I think going forward, now that I look at this ranking, you know, I'm going to be honest. I'm not sure Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, although Turkey Al-Ashik's involved, and when Turkey's in the house every day is Thanksgiving, I don't think Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney are going to fight after Devin Haney fights Ramirez, if he can get past Ramirez. I don't think so. The way this is shaping up, in my opinion, I think Devin Haney's going to be put in position to where he may get a crack at whoever's the WBC champion at that time. So let's come up and see, right? Okay, right here. Now I'm gonna be real with you. Make this smaller, right? When I look at the 147-pound division, as AT&T is dragging his ass, you'll see the other pitchers populate, right? But when I just take a look at, they got some new. They done went and made some updates here, huh? So Ennis, Stanley Eunice, 1 and 2, then Barrios, Havana C. and Norman Jr. is number 5, Santillan, Giasov, Sasaki, Rocha, Curiel. Damn, Curiel done got the mix. But the bottom line is, when you look here and you see Devin Haney ranked number 1, I think Devin Haney is going to end up, after he gets through Ramirez, possibly fighting Barrios if Barrios is still fighting. Or he's going to fight somebody here in an eliminator so he can go on and become the mandatory. That's what I think is going to happen, man. But that being said, I'm glad to see Devin Haney getting some love shown to him. And I understand a lot of people don't like him. They don't like his dad. They bring a lot of attention on themselves. They get good attention. They get bad attention. So as a result, when you got a bullseye on you, the different darts people throw at you, they're not always going to feel good. Some of those darts they're gonna poke you, and it's gonna be very uncomfortable. Anyway, he's ranked number 1 by the WBC, and I think y'all need to pay attention to that. So those of you who are Devin Haney supporters, you should be happy because more than likely, Devin Haney goes on to become a champion at 147, and that'll be his third weight division. And if he ends up fighting a guy like Mario Barrios, I think Devin Haney could beat Barrios. But again, he fights Mario Barrios, then he runs into a similar situation like what he ran into with Ryan Garcia. Let me pull it up. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because Barrios was killing himself to make 140 for a long time. Barrios had a lot of wars at 140 pounds. But Devin Haney against Barrios, now you're talking about Barrios who, let me fix this. Here we go. Barrios who's a warrior. He's 6 feet tall, so he got Devin Haney by about 4 inches. Reach is 71. Let's look. This is where Devin's going to run into some problems, I think, because he's going to have someone in there who, size-wise, is taller than him, but the reach, now that I look at it, I don't think Barrios has longer arms than Devin. But Barrios is going to fight you. But I think Devin could outbox him. Barrios hasn't been looking that great in his last couple of fights. At the end of his fights, it's not that he's just bruised up. He looks to be emotional. And I don't know, I think mentally there's something going on with Barrios. You know what I'm saying? I really do. I don't know what it is. If it's just he just had the baby, left Virgil Hill or Virgil Hunter, whatever his last name is, as his coach, transitioned to a new team. I don't know, but something's going on here. But let's just take a look at this with him, because I think this is a winnable fight for Devin. But I wouldn't be surprised if Devin and Conor Benn ended up fighting. But let me pull this up. I don't know why everything's jumping all over the goddamn place here. Hold on a second. The internet acting the fool. All right. So 71 inches, Devin Haney, I think it's 73. Devin Haney has long arms too. So there it is. So that is going to be a problem for Devin. Devin is 71 inches as well. So Devin's not going to have a reach advantage. Devin Haney going to have an uphill battle, in my opinion, if he fights Mario Barrios. Can he outbox him? Can he outslick him? Yeah, but basically he's fighting a guy, same reach, taller. Devin has better footwork, but someone who's going to come at him and going to be able to land on him. And Devin Haney, I had to see if they broke that habit of keeping that left hand down. I'm going to have to see if they broke that habit, but if not, Devin and Barrios will be an interesting fight. I think Devin can win, but it's going to be another tough fight. It's going to be like him fighting Ryan Garcia, just not as much speed, but the guy he's fighting is going to bring more intensity and going to really put Devin on his back foot. But anyway, we'll see how Devin looks at 147 when he faces Ramirez. I just, for Devin Haney going forward, until I see him get in the ring and perform, I'm going to sit here, man, and wonder just how much he really has left in the tank. And I'm just going to be honest with you. And it's unfortunate to see a fighter have a pound of flesh taken out of him the way he did when he fought Ryan Garcia. But I don't know, some people feel he's going to come back and clip Ramirez and then he'll go on to the next. But I tell you what, because Devin Haney's about his money. Y'all can say what you want. What I think could happen too is before he gets to Barrios, he could be fighting Conor Benn. Now this guy Sissoko, I don't think that's the fight they'll make, because Devin has this kind of weird love-hate relationship with Eddie Hearn. I think Conor Benn and Devin Haney could be a play if Conor Benn, even if he doesn't get past Eubank Jr., Conor Benn his name could be thrown out there to face Devin Haney later this year. Win or lose, I still think Conor Benn and Devin Haney is a good fight, because Conor Benn is going up 2 weight divisions to face Eubank Jr. So you can't really hate on Conor Benn if he goes up and loses to Eubank Jr. you could poke him in the eye because, hey, he was out there cheating. You know what I'm saying? So most people are rooting for Conor Ben to lose that fight. Even though Conor Ben can fight, he's strong, he's quick. I just think Eubank Jr. tranquilized him. Anyway, y'all keep cool. Devin Haney, secret society's in full effect, man. Somebody looking out for Devin. But I tell you what, one thing about the WBC, they take care of their fighters, and especially when they represent their belt the way Devin and other fighters have done. But I also think it's a little bit of a pity party where they're like, yo, this guy got done wrong by Ryan Garcia. And I'll be honest with you, I think they should look out for him in that capacity and put him in position to be a mandatory or to fight for a mandatory position, especially since no one beat him at 140 and he basically got jerked in that fight because Ryan was on that stuff. Y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Stop hating on Devin Haney when it comes to boxing, man. I know some people don't like this guy. He's a young dude. He makes mistakes. There's some shit about him that annoys the hell out of me, too. But I'm 49 years old. I can't tolerate all that young people shit. But what I will tell you is he was done wrong. And right is right, wrong is wrong. And if I was in the position of Mauricio Suleiman, I'd hook him up, too. For real. Anybody that got in the ring, got the shit beat out of them, and found out the person who whipped their ass was on some kind of, enhancement, man, nah. I would definitely take care of that fight if it was within my control. Keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Y'all, I'm in the breeze.